ideas or just an easier flow of things that would help.
Okay. So main thing I'm hearing, workflow content, how to curate ideas. Those are main two.
Yeah, those are like literally the main thing. Cause like I'll have an idea and then I'm just like, scrap that. You know?
Okay, let me ask you that first. Why do you do that?
Well, because I think I see grand execution, you know, and it's like working with what you got. You know what I mean? So I think it's a constant battle of that for me. Yeah.
So what systems do you use to keep up? Because when it comes to curating ideas, keeping up with ideas, and then mastering your workflow, what do you use to manage all of that? Are you just using your phone and your notes? Are you just writing it down? What are you using?
I use Asana for project management,
Okay.
and then I just started using Notion too.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Asana is really like my main go-to.
Perfect.
That's where I like brainstorm all my ideas, but then it's like I get stuck once it's time to like move it to the next
column.
Yeah, it's
okay. Let's fix that. Let's fix that right now. I got you. I'm finna show you mine, and I use Asana, so it's perfect.
Oh, okay.
God sent. I got you. So, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So we've been trying out the Big Pro version, like automation for automations and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Like it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like the automations that it does. Some things could be better, which is why I haven't fully committed to it, but it's pretty good. All right. So, and you're editing everything yourself, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do what you're doing. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So these are gonna be your main columns. Now you can ignore these word to content and word to edit because that's something for my team. You gotta keep in mind my team edit my stuff, so it's a little bit different, but it's essentially the same thing. So this is where we starting. This is where we bring up an ideas of the content to create. So every time an idea comes to your mind, this is where it's gonna go, obviously, and that's what you've been doing. But you said the biggest thing that you've been stuck on is what comes next.
Yeah, it's the execution.
It's the execution part. Exactly. So, okay, this is the perfect way you need to go about that. Number one, you said you have a struggle coming up with the idea. So the biggest question you need to ask yourself is, what is being poured into you to help you curate the ideas? Because a lot of times as creatives, what we do is we think that just because we're creatives, that we can always just come up with ideas off the top of our head, and that's not how it works.
Right.
So ask yourself, am I a reader? Am I a podcast listener? Is it going to be the conversations I have? Is it going to be me hopping on Reddit and going and typing in marketing and typing in writing and typing in creativity? Is it going to be?
I was doing that but it got so bland and basic to me. You know how they'll say, okay, go on Answer the Public or go into Google and type in what you're looking for and drop down to see different options as far as what the people are searching to help with SEO, right? So I'm working it, but the ideas just seem so dry, and it's like, Taryn, okay, but
we don't want their ideas. We want their direction to spark our own idea.
Yeah.
We don't want their ideas because a lot of times that stuff is bland. We just want them, what they said or what they mentioned or what they brought up, to make our mind say, how can I take this and make it my own? That's the difference maker. We don't care for really so much taking theirs and taking that. We ain't trying to do that. We want to say, for instance, if they talking about, if I saw somebody in there and say, I have a great business idea, but where do I start? I'm not going to necessarily take that particular thing and just act on that, but I'm going to say, based on what they just said, what could I do to speak to that? Because I know they're not the only person that struggles with that.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to make a whole content layout based on that. So first thing you need to do is write out the business plan. How do you do the business plan? Step by step. I'm going to give them a video on how to do each thing, what each things mean. Now I just came up with 10 ideas just off of that one question this person gave me.
Right.
Exactly. And so the same thing for you. is asking yourself, what am I using to pour into me to help spark my creativity? Each day, you need to be. I dedicate 30 minutes to an hour of my day each day just for the creativity side of me. A YouTube video, a podcast. I don't really like to read, so that's not my notion. I don't really like reading. So podcasting, YouTube is good for me. Reddit is really good for me. Conversations are really good for me, right? Movies are really good for me, right? Certain shows are really good for me. And from being poured into that way, it sparks all of these ideas. Then I go to my content to create column and I pour out all of the great ideas I have. You feel me?
Yeah.
So once we got that, and you feel like you have a solid list, or you have enough to act on anyway. Now your next part of your segment is, okay, I need to have set out days in my calendar in which I'm creating on, because you do work. You have a job too, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to work around your schedule and say, okay, Tuesdays in the evenings and Thursdays in the evenings are best for me to be able to sit down for an hour and just get on camera and do my thing.
Yeah, right.
Right? So ask yourself what day is that? What day is it that's best for you?
Well, right now I'm working in the evening times from like 1 to 6.
Okay.
Because I'm an independent contractor, so like
Okay.
I have my own free time.
Okay.
But I feel like the best days for me are like Wednesdays.
Okay.
I would say record.
Okay.
Because that's the day that we're closed. Like my shop is closed down for, like, you know. But Wednesdays are my only free full days that I have where I can like
maximize it.
3-4 different outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
like,
absolutely. So Wednesday needs to be your day. Then that needs to be penciled into your calendar. That automatically needs to be penciled into your calendar every single week for a time slot, right? Use your calendar and really give yourself time. Like treat it still like a job. 12 to 2. Yeah. I'm creating content. You feel me? And that's gonna keep you and hold you accountable. And like you said, in your mind, I need you to start thinking about it like a podcast. Even if you're not going to do a podcast and you're not going to launch it as a podcast, that's fine. You don't have to. But I think also what burns us out is, like you said, now you can still change outfits. That's cool too. But still treat it like one, meaning, all right, 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about this for 30 minutes straight on camera. 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about this topic straight. 10 minutes, I'm going to talk straight 10 minutes about this topic, because then, like you said, we can go back and insert it in one of those AI tools that can take that and repurpose our content. And now 15 minutes worth of video, I got 10 smaller videos out of that.
Right.
Now you just maximize your content schedule.
That's true.
In that hour that you're giving it. So number one is, like you said, ask yourself, what am I pouring into myself daily? And how can I take that and repurpose it in a way that's in my own unique voice and really aligns with my brand? And my creativity and who I want to service. Right. And if you're still struggling of even what to search, a big thing I always do is sometimes I have to go back and refresh myself and just look at my list of services that I offer. Which one of my services, what part of my mission of my brand do I need to go back and say, which one of these things do I want to speak to?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do I want to speak to the academic things that we do for people? Do I want to speak to the professional services we offer, the branding services we offer? And once I go back and look at that, say, you know what, I'm going to see what people are talking about when it comes to the writing. All right, cool. And then when I go see what they're saying, I come up with 10 ideas based off just the conversations I see.
Just the conversation.
Absolutely. Right. So that would be a big thing for you, is just continually refreshing yourself on different things that you're doing in your brand and what you set out for your brand to do. Because sometimes when we end the work, we lose sight of that.
Right. And I think I honestly feel like the voice, like my voice is just like, since I said I wanted to change directions and kind of like talk about things that matter more to me, it seems like my voice has gotten more silent because I don't know what to say. You know?
You know exactly what to say. I think you're scared. I think you're afraid. You know? I think you're afraid. I think you are. I think you're afraid that you've been doing it one way so long, and you're afraid to let people see all of you.
Maybe.
And you can't. And you gotta eventually come out of that and say, I know you know me for this, but that's only one part of who I am.
Yeah.
Right. For instance, we just launched a sports show. I love hoops. I love basketball.
Yeah.
But for so long, all people have known me for is this deep, business-minded community guy. They don't know me they don't never see me get on camera and just be cussing and talking about how much I love LeBron and how much basketball and pissing me off. Like, they haven't seen that. But that's okay, because now I'm going to show you all facets of me. Even if the content don't pop, that's all right. It's going to pop eventually. So that got to be your mindset. You got to literally look at that shit as I'm just getting shots up. That's how you got to look at it. I'm holding myself accountable, and I'm putting out content every single day. Once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day on multiple platforms. Okay? That's what you got. That's what you got to get to. So again, that's our system. We're building our system as we go. You already got the part down of where to organize your content at. Cool, you got that. So then we go to then you have your day you create on. Now next you need to have a day you edit on.
Okay.
Right? So then because once you create whatever videos you came up with or whatever content you came up with, we move into what I call a content to edit column. Really simple. Yeah. And that's also you building out a system for when you bring on your team of editors and other people that's going to help you as you continue to scale your company.
Right.
Because now you're proofing the process, so when they come in, they can just fall in line seamlessly.
Right.
Right. So for instance, if Wednesday the day you record on, and then you move over the videos that you've already recorded to your content to edit column now, and then you say I'm going to edit on Fridays. Friday, you know exactly where you need to go, what you need to edit, because you got a whole column of stuff you already moved over.
Right.
Right. You feel me? So then Friday, I'm editing. Okay, I did these 3 videos on Wednesday. Friday come around, I'm going to edit these here. I'm going to figure out my design, get them how I want them. Cool. Once you finalize that, I just put them in what I call very simple, a content ready to post column.
Yeah.
Very simple. Content ready to post.
I generally have like the same similar setup, if that makes sense. In your videos, in your process,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you might have somebody to do this, but like, are you adding like your SEO, your captions, and all that stuff like that?
Yes, because
like,
somebody posts for me now. Yes. So I put the caption in there. I put the call to action in there. I put the links. If we add in links for certain, and then I sometimes I go far as putting what platform is going on.
Yeah.
Right. If it's going on, if it's going to go on, TikTok, or it's going on Facebook, or it's going on all 3, I literally label all of that. Right. And you can still do that for yourself too, because when you're in motion and you're just moving and you got to post something, you can just, or you, like you say, you might want to use a buffer or whatever the case, or later or something to post for you. I really don't like that because it kind of fucks with your.
Yeah, I don't like that either. That's why I haven't used it.
Yeah,
like,
it fucks with your engagement.
I don't know. I feel it does. I feel like when you have someone posting it for you like that, they recognize that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Instagram, like, wait, you're not actively on our site yourself. So I'm gonna push you down to the bottom of the algorithm, and you're not gonna get as much attention.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's why I have somebody manually going in doing that for me.
And I don't mind manually doing it myself. I just feel like because like I said, I did a month full of like my own type of style just to get the hang of like posting like 1 time a day. And I'm like, dang, before I knew it, I had did like 35 days and I only was gonna do a month. But that was because I had
a system.
I was loaded up and like just ready to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I want to do that on a grander scale with the content that I'm trying to create, you know what I'm saying?
100%. And because you don't have a limited amount of time, you doing long form like that, because think about it. If I showed you, I got, bro, when I say I got, let me just, because I got I could stop right now and probably have enough to last me for about a year.
Yeah.
Right? Because I loaded up. And so that's what you got to get to, and why I say it'd be best for you to treat it like a podcast type of thing, because again, it's going to give you 5, 10, 15 videos in one setting. And then if you change outfits, now you really still got 20 videos, but you can post them back to back and nobody will never know because you gave them a different look.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so that needs
that's how I was doing YouTube at first, and I had did like my first 3 months like that. And it ran. Like, I was like, dang. And like on YouTube, you can like set it up where it's like set as premiere, so you can just upload them and let them premiere out.
Exactly.
Which is what I did, and it worked. It's just that.
What is it then?
The spark of the creativity why that question that you asked me, like, what are you pointing into? I'm like, dang, what do I like? Because I sit in on the town hall meetings on like all the social media platforms. Like, I listen to the changes that are happening and stuff like that.
Right.
And like, so I guess there's just no excuse. It's just like going ahead and pushing myself out there because I'm talking about something new. Like, personal development is where I'm leaning towards. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, with my faith being kind of like the forefront now of like what's happening, things are like changing for me. So I think it's a little scary.
And it is. And it is. I'm telling you, it's definitely
I'm
uncomfortable.
correlating all of this back to
Yeah.
because it's not like a separate thing now. I feel like now we're moving to a space where your personal brand and your business brand are like
they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. It's not like, unless you're like Apple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
who like,
absolutely,
is totally separate from Steve Jobs.
Absolutely.
That shit is like
but are they? Not necessarily, because a lot of people, unless you're one of these younger kids out there these days, when we think of Apple, we still think of Steve Jobs. Not necessarily.
True.
It's not necessarily because he's what made Apple what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? He used his personal leverage in order to build up Apple in the way that he did. He's the one that revolutionized it. So they go hand in hand. And in these days and times, there's so many scams. There's so many things going on. You almost have to show the personal side of who you are and your brand to make people trust you.
Exactly.
It has to happen.
Because they have to, like, it's the three know, like, and trust. It's those three factors. Like, so I feel that.
Yeah. And so
I just get more organized about my thought process and actually execute. Like,
yeah. You gotta treat your business like a 9-to-5 job in the way you structure it.
Ooh, I know.
Yeah.
Ooh,
right. So when you get off this phone, the first thing you need to be doing, all right, I'm doing my content on this day. I'm editing on this day, right? Each night, and you might not, and this might be what you do starting out, but eventually, what I would like for you to do.
Reader, so I do read and I do surf with. So.
Yeah, that's daily. That's something you're doing daily. Yeah. That's daily. If you just carving out 30 minutes of just educational time. Educational creativity time is what I call it. Like 30 minutes of that to an hour is non-negotiable. Right? Now I get it. Some days you don't get to it, right? Meetings, life, I get that. But for the most part, 30 minutes to an hour, non-negotiable. Because again, that not only does that educate you and help you become a smarter person, but it helps you with the creativity. Yeah. Non-negotiable. And then on the last part is daily, you need to be sitting down with yourself. Now, once you have a list of content ready to post, and to be honest with you, I use Asana to organize this, but you could also take this same system and just do it in Google Drive as well. Because I think Google Drive is a little faster, meaning because you can just upload the clip and then you can go, versus in Asana, you got to do a lot, bro. You got to upload it. You got to put
that, and that's another thing too. I want to talk about, like, system function, like how to make them flow. Because until I get my MacBook fixed, I'm working off my HP as far as like everything is concerned, and I'm editing on my iPad. You know what I mean? Right. So there's like a low key glitch in the functionality, but it's not necessarily. Yeah. I just want a more effective way because I get exhausted thinking about it. Like, I'm like, I take this shit off the camera, damn, I gotta upload it to the drive, then I gotta find a way to email it to myself, then save it from the drive to the iPad.
Talk me through that creative process. What you mean, find a way to email what to yourself?
So like, or just using my drive to like log in and use my drive to download it from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now I don't really have the things all connected. So once I have like what is it called? Like a adapter piece that has a USB on there, not US or USB-C type of situation, right? Where I just stick that in my iPad and put the memory card in there, and then it'll upload the video from there, and that's that's where I can edit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of like the more simpler process. But I wanted to know if there was like another way, because my computer is a HP and Adobe would work on here, but I think I'm also just spoiled too, so I want all of my things to match. I don't know. What do you think about that process?
So recording the video on camera,
Yeah.
taking it from there, putting your adapter in your computer or your iPad, uploading the raw footage to the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
What are you using to store it? Dropbox, Google Drive, what are you using?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I don't really use anything
You
to
need to,
store.
you got to get a place of storage. I mean, you see right here, I use two.
Because I have a Dropbox account.
I think Google Drive would be easier though.
Yeah, that
Google
makes
Drive is
sense.
easier because you can. I mean, you can connect Google Drive or Dropbox to your Asana right here, right? You can upload because especially when like I'm thinking about when you scale it. That's what I'm always thinking about, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm with you. I'm there.
You know what I'm saying? So you can
Yeah.
attach. You see right here, you can go Dropbox or Google Drive right here easily, right? And it'll just give you a link where once you click the link, it'll take you straight to that. Whether it's on your phone or whatever, you can just download the video or get it out or whatever you need to do. But I would probably use Google Drive just because it's so easy to upload video. It's fast. It's easy to navigate from your
Yeah.
phone. I just like it better than Dropbox. I had Dropbox. I literally just switched over a few months ago, and I paid for the 2 terabytes. It's like $10 a month.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I would get. That's a number thing you need to put on your to do list is download a place where you put everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now let's talk about how you would organize that out because if we're thinking podcast mindset, you could either label it by the date, you could label it
Yeah.
by the topic, right?
Yeah.
You could label it by more than
You could
likely
do
one of
like
those
the
two.
pillars, like if that makes sense. Like so, like because my thing is, it's like okay, if I have my 3 pillars or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever the
When you say pillars, what do you mean?
like types of content that I want to create.
Give me the example. Give me the types.
Like educational content, informational content,
Mm-hmm.
something showing like what I do as far as like lifestyle is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up 1 second, I'm sorry. I gotta call you back there. What's up? Yes, correct. All right. Why are you upset? Oh my god. Okay. I'll see you. Bye bye. But yeah, like because I mean, and when I say pillars, meaning like the categories of in which my content,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
You could.
with
I tried
I'll
that.
see.
I didn't like it. It was too much. But you might like that. You might need that type of organization. I tried doing that. I tried putting in business content, motivational content. I tried
Yeah,
that. It didn't work for me because it was too much. It was too much organization.
it
Versus,
feels like that, but my brain feels like I need that. You know?
I get it. And so what I'll just challenge you to do is try both.
Yeah.
Try both. Try one for 30 days. See how you like it. Try another one and see how you like that. Try it for 60 days, see how you like it. Try it for 90 days, see how you like it. That's the biggest part of a business is experimenting, especially with content and creativity, is experimenting and see what system works better for you.
What system works? Yeah.
There is no set in stone system. You see what I'm saying? You
Right.
have to adapt and go because literally I tried to organize them and have them like all broke down. And I was like, yeah, that's too many folders for me to be clicking into.
Yeah,
It's
it
too much.
sounds like it.
It's too much.
So you
Versus,
have it like separated by months. Okay, so in the month of July,
mm-hmm.
this is all the content that you have created.
No, that's for my team to go in and say in whatever we posted in the month of July. So we
Okay.
break it down by the week of what's
Okay.
been posted because when they go in and load, because when they were loading it up for the month, they were just taking it out of this general pile right here of all the stuff
Yeah.
that's ready to post, and they were organizing it into smaller.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, that's what.
Well, yeah, it's different because I don't have a generalized pal. Everything is when I say I deleted everything, like I went dark.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So that's gonna
I
be
went dark
this is
for a
kind of
minute.
how it's same thing on the Sunnah is gonna be that same setup for you. This is
Yeah.
my content ready to post pal right here. This is everything I can post right now, and this is just some of it. This is nowhere near any of all of it. This is everything, and then I have a pal right here of once I posted it because I don't really use that month system, so don't ignore that for now. Don't even
Okay.
worry about that. But then once I've posted it, it goes into this content that has been posted pal right here in the red. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I have all my podcast clips right here. Right. So this is buku clips
Mm,
inside of these folders of
yeah.
different each episode. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got And I even stopped breaking it down by podcast episode because again it was too much.
Yeah.
It's too much looking and searching and no, I needed it in one place. And the way I'm able to determine what's what is by the titles of the actual clip.
Okay.
I go by, so if I'm talking like you said, if you're talking about branding 101, I would just label it branding 101.
Yeah.
Right. If it's some motivational, believing in yourself, like literally just label it whatever based on what you're talking about, and you'll be able to keep up with it. That's going to be and then also make sure you're putting that title on there is key because say you're trying to find something 6 months later. Ain't no telling how much stuff you done did since then, but you got to find it. But if you remember what you labeled it, or even the piece of what you put in the title, you can just search and it'll pop right up for you.
Yeah,
that's gonna be key. That's gonna be key. So again, I would just try both. I'm not what works for me might not work for you,
right.
but I would try both though. You can try categorizing them and what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Simplifying it and having it with a folder within a folder. You can try that, but I'm moving so fast within a day that was starting to slow me down.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? And so right now it might work for you, but as you continue to grow the brand, that you might start realizing, yeah, that's slowing me down
though. So, okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's number one is you getting a system where you can store everything at all in one place. So once you upload it to your iPad, now you're pulling up your Google Drive and then you just letting it, and then you creating a folder for it, right?
Yeah.
Raw video footage is the folder, right?
Right.
And within that folder, you're making a folder for whatever the topic was for that day and uploading all the footage there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you just go from there.
Okay. So hold on.
And we're gonna walk through this whole system after we finish talking, and make sure that all of it makes sense and flows.
Okay. Yeah. So we start at the curiosity point, which of creativity.
Absolutely.
Which is our brain dumping.
Absolutely. That's where we go
take
first.
Those ideas, huh?
No, I'll say yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so start at the point of curiosity, brain dump. Maybe this is something that I need to work out for myself. Like, curiosity.
Yep. So that's what we talked about. Just what's pouring into you.
Yeah, right. So that's point of curiosity. Okay. Then we move from there to the content day of which we want to. Now, how do you? It's just kind of up to me though, like, right, as far as my content day is concerned.
Yeah, whatever day works. You might say Wednesday, but Wednesday one day might not work. You might have to do it Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? That varies.
Yeah. So in your content day, you just film everything.
I just do a podcast.
You do your podcast.
I just do a podcast a week now. I don't now in the beginning stages
so much easier though. You know what I'm saying?
It's much easier.
Because I'm down with doing because for YouTube I can do one video a week. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
100%.
From that one video, I just need to take it and send it to what is it romantic an app to
just repurpose it for you.
To repurpose for me.
100%. Yes. I look at content like if I got a lemon, I'm squeezing that motherfucker dry.
Yeah.
Right? So starting with that one long form video, my team knows to do this. I'm gonna show you how many things we get out of one video. I do one 15-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute video. And the crazy thing is each week my topics it don't always gotta be motivational. One day I can do some motivational shit. I can do some real life shit. I can do some mental health shit. I can get in my business bag. I can do both. I can do some deep shit and then do a business tip in there.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Stuck in the box.
No, you don't. You're putting yourself in there. Yeah. Because you're worried what people are gonna say. Fuck them. Fuck them. You have something you want to say, and as many things as you want to talk about, do it. Because it's always going to tie back together to your overall mission. My mission when I first started was to be a resource to help people become their full potential. That's the mission of my brand. And I do that through every one of those ways. I'm motivating you. I'm educating you. I'm empowering you. I'm doing that just in multiple, you feel me?
Yeah.
And you just make sure you're doing that same thing with your voice. And you just beating yourself up. So if I got that 20-minute video, 30-minute video, sometimes they be longer, 45. Say I got an hour video. That's going on YouTube. Then my team gonna go back and find a smaller episode within the episode. Now I'm gonna take 20 minutes where I was just going in, and now that's another episode. Mm-hmm. Right now, then we get the audio, and that's going on audio platforms for them to listen to when they're in the car. Mm-hmm. Then out of that hour, he gonna get 15 clips where I was going off for 30 seconds to a minute. Now I got 15 clips to go on Instagram and TikTok and da 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 da. Yeah. Then I got some profound quotes I said. Now I'm turning that into worded content with graphics and pictures. He taking pictures of me while I'm doing the episode, so now I got pictures as well. Right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So that one setting of an hour that I was there, I just listed what? 25 things? Yeah. So that's your mindset going forward. Yeah. That's your mindset. Your hour on Wednesday, we maximize. Now you again, it's just you right now. So you might not get pictures yet. That's okay.
Oh, I got like 3 phones. I got
yeah.
3 cameras.
Come on. So maximize. Yeah, maximize. Right. I'm like, it's gonna get God. Exactly. So that hour you got on Wednesday, that hour and a half you got, maximize it. I'm telling you. And your topics never have to be the same. And some days you might not have an hour worth of stuff to say. Sometimes you might go in there and just do a quick 10-minute check-in. Yeah. That's okay too. Don't feel like you always gotta be at the. It's your shit. How they gonna tell you how to run your shit? About your thing. No, they can't. And the one that helped me discover that was a podcast I used to listen to. It was actually called Therapy for Black Girls, but she used to say stuff so good. It was for me too. I feel like it was for humans. It was good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just for, but that was our main audience, obviously. But sometimes she'll go in there and do an hour show. Sometimes she'll do an interview with others. Sometimes she'll go in there and just do a 6-minute episode. Mm-hmm. But it's her shit. Right. That's your mindset. Okay? Hold on. I have to grab my chart. For sure. And to be honest with you, Google Drive and Asana can go hand in hand because, again, you can put all your ideas in Asana. You can move them over to the column in the edit column in Asana. And then but you can really put your content ready to post, like when it's ready, the actual video itself, you can really just have a folder in Google Drive where you just put all that stuff. Yeah. Unless you want to put it in both. I mean, I just feel like that's more time though. Yeah. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So Asana is more so for the planning, and then Google Drive is actually going to be the home to store all your stuff that's edited. That makes sense. You feel me? That'll be a little bit faster for you. I'm about being efficient and quick because you can move on. You know what I mean? So walk through. I just know that this can be done without being so exhausting. 100%. 100%. I keep getting burnt out. Yeah, because you probably, like you said, you changing outfits. You having to sit there and get in the mindset to actually talk on camera, do one video, turn the camera off, do another video. That's too long, too much. I used to do that. I'm telling you, I used to sit there and try to do 10 videos back to back, and it was taking me for fucking ever. Mm-hmm. And then I'm doing this deep shit, so I'm trying to be all sad and you feel me? Like that shit used to take forever, bro. No, I'm doing one take and I'm just gonna talk, and you're gonna pull out the best parts from that. I'm not doing that no more. No, I haven't done that in years because so you don't script anymore. I don't script anymore. I have notes. I have notes of talking points, and I just go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But don't, go at your speed. Yeah. You feel me? Go my speed. Yeah, I know. 100%. 100%. I mean, scripting has kind of hindered me a little bit because I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to come up with the greatest hook. And it's like, girl, you got the flow. You know what you want to talk about. Like, when I first started YouTube, I think I just had much, less of a care than I do now. It's because it's like, I was just doing YouTube. I was having fun. Now I'm not having fun no more. Now I'm not creating the same thing because things are shifting. Yeah. So I'm trying to find the fun in the new Taryn, in the growth Taryn. You know? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to be like uptight or just like it's got to be like this. Like I'm not that type of person. Nope. It doesn't. It doesn't, bro. The other day, do we know what I shot from my episode the other day? I took 10 of my best tweets and I literally just read the tweet. That's the episode that's dropping next Tuesday. I took 10 tweets that I already had wrote, because I didn't have time to come up with a script, and I just read the tweets. Like, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Because I was actually supposed to do an interview with somebody, but her child was not feeling good, and canceled it literally at 1:15. It was at 1:30. My team was already there to record.
Oh, you have to go. Yeah, you have to. Just
all right, bet. I'm finna find my best tweets and just read them on camera.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And you know what I'm gonna turn it into? I'm gonna turn it into something that you listen to before you go to bed. I did it in like a really soft voice, really like quiet and calm. And I said, this is something you can just listen to before bed. They were talking about mainly about like God and mental health and peace. And it's just something for you just to chill and listen to before you just lay down. They give people a peace of mind before they rest. That's literally what I'm like. You have to know how to put context behind whatever you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing. Yes.
100%. 100%. 100%.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense. Like, you feel better now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So quick walkthrough again, real quick. Number one, what's pouring into you daily, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Even if it's just you riding in the car, listening to a podcast for 15 minutes, that's okay. Challenge yourself to have more powerful conversations with people.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And honestly, it's when you don't really have nobody around you who is like elevating, if that makes sense, and you're the one that's doing it, it's hard to have good intellectual conversation because it's so shallow surface.
Yeah.
And they can't see past social media.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel a little
that's draining.
stifled,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's key.
Own revelation. You feel what I mean?
100%. 100%.
It's like, Lord, please send the people to me. Like, I want to be in different rooms.
100%.
I don't want to be the smartest person.
Yeah.
Here.
100%. 100%. 100%. I couldn't agree more. Conversations, your research, your show, even change the shows you watch. I'm not saying you got to just be deep all the time. I mean, you still have fun, right? We got to live a life.
Right,
but like, you know, I challenge myself. I'll watch a show like Succession. I love that fucking show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch Shark Tank, right? Like, I just watch these different things where they talking about different language. Like I said, I listen to the podcast that's for Black women, but I listen to it because she was saying things that were powerful in there, and it said, I said, that's good. And sometimes you got to think about this. You're not necessarily listening to those things to come up with content ideas. Sometimes it's you ever like listen to something and it made you think of something else, and you just start writing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna just do that. You're gonna just write.
Yeah.
And then what you wrote turns into content later on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's so crazy. It's like my mom was like, "Why are you having a meeting with Z? You already do those things." I'm like, it's different when somebody else is telling you. You know what I'm saying? When you having a conversation with somebody else about it, like I can help so many people doing their own thing, but when it comes to your own thing, that perfectionist mindset, and I ain't trying to do that zodiac shit, but I am a Libra, so I gotta have it balanced. It's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be like, I just like it to look nice and good, you know. So like,
100%.
it means something.
100%. 100%. And then you gotta think about it. We in the work, right? When you in the work, it's hard to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Feel me? It's easy for us to do that for somebody else because we on the outside looking into their shit. But we need somebody on the outside looking into our shit.
Yeah.
I always have people come in and dissect my stuff.
Mentor, you always need somebody.
100%. 100%. 100%. So quick walkthrough. Let's do it again. So what's pouring into you? You got that part. That's key. Daily. That's gonna be your daily action. Right? Once I got that, what am I writing? What are my ideas for the week? That's in my content to create column. You already got that part. All right, now when am I editing? We already decide that. It might be this day, might not be that day.
Do you challenge yourself like as far as like numbers is concerned? Like, okay, I want at least 10 video ideas. Or you just go for what you feel?
I just go for what I feel.
Yeah.
I don't put metrics on that. I only put metrics on things that make money.
Perform well. Okay, on things that perform. I got you.
Feel me? Things that lead to dollars. I think sometimes people as business owners and creators put too much metrics around things that are empty. I'm more worried about how many videos I get out to the public more than how many I create.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I'm more worried about that. Like how many did I post for the week? Did I put out the YouTube video this week? Because that's what's gonna get you paid.
Right.
That's what I'm worried about. So that should be your KPIs, is like how many YouTube videos am I putting out, right? How many educational pieces of content am I putting out to promote my business? Am I promoting my business at least once a day? Because them actions are gonna get you the money you want.
Right.
Feel me? And so that's gonna be key. And then, like you said, once you create, now we're uploading that to our Google Drive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing you need to make sure you go download when you get done. It's like $10 a month, really inexpensive, for like 2 terabytes. That's a lot of space. And then you organize that out, right? We already talked about how to organize that out. We got our raw video, we got our raw footage folder, and then within that, we're gonna label whichever the topic was for the day, and that's its own folder, and that's where all our videos go. So when you edit on that Wednesday, on that Thursday, you know exactly where to go get your footage at to edit. Feel me? Edit that.
Okay.
Content ready to post. Once you edit, all that goes to your general content ready to post file. Right? And then at each night, you just say, all right, what am I posting tomorrow? And you're going right to your content ready to post column or your folder to get out whatever you're going to post for the next day.
Okay. So do you do your captions, SEO work on the same day that you create your content, or like when you edit the video?
When I decide what's going out.
What's going out? Okay.
So I do mine all, but see, instead of doing it at night now, I do it all in 1 week. So Sundays, I just sit there and I just choose 7 to 10 pieces that's going out for the week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just type all the captions to go with them then. But sometimes the captions I choose on Sunday, I might post it when I actually get ready to post it on Wednesday. I might be feeling different and change the caption.
Yeah.
100%. So that happens too. Part of it. So you just gotta go from there. So I will start out with a nightly. Yeah, you got you some of these things you was already doing. You just needed some reassurance, and some of these things you were stressing yourself, trying to doing shit the hard way. Why are you looking like that? Doing stuff the hard way.
It's power and struggle.
Yeah. It is. It is. Do you feel like more?
I'm started over so many times. I'm tired of starting over. I'm trying to get them. I want the motion. I need the motion.
Yeah.
I need the motion.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, God is honoring what you're doing, but you have no strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't sustain what God is trying to give you. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't got no way to hold it up. So I'm just trying to get out of my own mind and way.
Absolutely. And I want you to also get back to your YouTube. And I really would like to see it as a podcast. I really would.
I did sign up for Spotify because I had an Anchor account already, and I did not know that they had changed it to. I did not know I was using Spotify the whole time.
Yeah.
But Anchor was bought out by Spotify,
right.
So now it's Spotify for podcasters.
Right.
And I was like, I already have an account.
Yep.
So
I would like to see that.
Like I went on there, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I did a little doodah, just get my mic set up and stuff. So I'm getting the technical work down.
Yeah.
You know,
where's your space in the house you're creating?
I'll take you with me.
Yeah, take me with you real fast.
Let's go.
Show me what that looks like. Who is that? Who is that? Is that DMX?
No, that's Ice Cube.
Oh, okay.
What is like?
Is that Exhibit? Because that's big too. Like, what kind of aesthetic are you creating on the camera?
And that's another thing. Like,
look at your dog right behind you. Okay, I like it. Okay, that works. That works.
It's like huge, long, like white.
Yes.
Background paper that I use.
Yes. Yes.
And then I kind of have this area too where it's like just chilling.
Yes.
So I could like add some stuff. I got like an LED light that I want to put on the wall right here.
Yes.
To create like a squiggle. So
yes.
I'm still crafting my space too.
Yeah.
But
yes. You got lights?
I do. I have. Here we are.
Okay. Perfect.
Lights. I have my ring light, and I also have better camera quality now too. If I just cut the lights off downstairs in the basement and only use my soft lights, I get very clear footage. What on
You've been equipped with everything you need. Now you
Yeah.
got the strategy. Now you just gotta go.
Now I just gotta go.
I would love to see it as a podcast, though. I would love to see that because even you might not necessarily want to invite people into your house per se, but I think that's going to be a great way for you to also increase your networking.
You know, everybody's been asking me like, "Hey, are you doing a podcast? You should start your podcast. You should start your." Because I mean, I don't mind people coming to my house. It's because I mean, like, I got a separate way for you to get through my house. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They can come up the back way and go to my basement.
Right.
So
right.
It's not, you know.
I mean, and like I said, just certain people.
I'm working it out.
Yeah, because you're in Florida, right?
Colorado.
Colorado, where I get Florida from. But yeah, because that's going to be another way you increase your network too. Because as you continue to meet other business-minded people, right? Other people and then that's also potential clients.
Yeah.
Because you know how
I'm telling you, she's like, "Girl, can you wait till you start filming my podcast?" And I'm like, "Who's gonna start filming your podcast?"
You.
But I am. Though,
you.
Like to hear her say it, and she didn't know what I was dealing, like what I was doing and going through.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, Taryn.
Yeah.
Like your market is here.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. Absolutely. Because think about it. You bring them on your show, because that's one of my biggest hooks is, look, come on my show. Let me highlight your business. Tell people what you do. By the time they done, hey, I think I can help you. You need some help with some branding.
Yeah.
They're in the door already.
Yeah.
And they can see what you can produce by your own stuff. Now they want to be a part. Let you do that for them.
Right.
That's a big opportunity for you. You just got to go on and do it because that's gonna maximize your things for you. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
That's my next level. It's crazy. That's like I'm literally on the edge of ascension right now. Like I'm on the brink. Like I'm like, girl, just fly.
Mm-hmm. You just got to act on it now because you got the structure now. You got it now.
We started pouring to myself daily.
Yep.
Then we brainstorm, moved it to the Google Drive for raw footage. We already picked our days and all that good stuff. Then once we do that, we work on just basically setting and forgetting it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well,
pretty much. Distribute your whole podcast to Spotify, like you said. It'll take care of the audio side. Right.
So it would start off as the main base would be like YouTube as my first platform.
Yep.
Over to Spotify.
And that'll put it on Apple and all those things for you. Yep.
Yeah, and then that would trick down to Apple.
Yep. And then you find the best AI tool where you can put the whole video in and it'll take the best pieces. I personally don't like the pieces that they take from it, but I'll go back and listen myself and cut out the best, right? So I'll say, from 31 second to 51 second, I said something really good. And you can manually cut the clip. I'll do that myself or have my team do it because sometimes they don't choose what I felt like was the best thing I said.
What's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll go in and have either myself do it or manually have somebody else do it. And then I'll take that 30, you know what I'm saying? Take the best 10, and that's going to be your content that you distribute across all of the other platforms.
Yeah.
More of your business content goes on your LinkedIn. It can go on your Instagram and Facebook as well, but definitely LinkedIn for sure. And then all your other content where you're just motivating or talking about, like you said, self-development, et cetera, those go on your TikToks and your Instagrams and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yep. And then because now what you also done is maximize the potential of them seeing your name and your face everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I feel like that's my main problem. I'm like stuck in this one little area and I don't like it. But I can also attribute that to me not being consistent. So like what can you expect? You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
So it's not like I'm oblivious. Some people give you like the Lulu, like
don't even know what to do. You know what to do.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what to do. You're very brilliant.
I know.
Yeah. You're very brilliant. Like you said, Mom said, you know what to do. We just needed to answer some questions you were struggling with, and we needed to make sense of some of the things that were just bouncing around in your head. That's what we really needed to do. And that's what we've done.
Like, Darren, just sit your ass down and record.
Yep.
Like, just press record.
Yep. And just do it do it on a day that makes sense and structure for you.
Yeah.
And the rest is gonna be easy. Yep.
Well, we're gonna try this for the next month.
Try that for the next month. And then
December's here.
Come back and fine tune that.
It's my next, what's today, Friday?
So you shooting
So
Wednesday,
I'm gonna do my first Wednesday on the 6th.
December the
I'm gonna
6th.
start, December 6th is when I'm gonna start my first content day.
100%. Yeah. 12 o'clock noon. You in that basement getting to work. Okay.
All right. So then I'll just spend all this week brainstorming my ideas and which direction I want to go in.
Yep.
And even low key scripts and stuff out, get my points together, you know what I'm saying? So on the 6th is the breeze.
100%. Now, do you already got your introduction?
Yeah,
Got all that done?
I just created all of that.
Okay.
And I don't. That's what I have been working on though. I have been working on kind of like on the aesthetic of it and like how I want to edit and stuff. So
Okay.
less is more. You know what I mean?
Less is more. Less is more. Absolutely.
It's called Jump Kazoom, baby. It's called Jump Kazoom.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I think you good. I think you're ready to do it. Was there any other questions that you really needed that we needed to tackle?
No, I'm fine. I'm great. I have a question.